it's December 1st. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Striving to be perfect because I felt like I had to. I was a child trying to navigate life, but God is looking for your yes. God is looking for your commitment. God is looking for you to be willing to go. Then I can have a heart of gratitude, and gratitude changes things. I haven't brought a man around in a long time. How will I be able to show up? It's been so long since I've recorded. I feel like I'm talking to an old friend or something. So dramatic. It hasn't been that long, but my steering wheel feels higher. Somebody been in my car. Or my thighs going down, baby. Alright, be for real. Good morning. I just got my car back. Like, this is my first time driving my car in, I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it. It's been a long time. But thank God. Hallelujah. Amen. I have my car back. I feel so good. Where are you walking to, Miss Ma'am? It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you training for? Oh, it's December 1st. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So what is on my mind this morning? I actually have been vlogging. I've vlogged a couple times throughout the past week. I just didn't get them posted. But I have been so stuck on PMJ's sermon from Sunday. For those that don't know, I'm obsessed with PMJ. That's Pastor Mike McClure Jr. It's Rock City TV on YouTube. Rock City TV. But he had such a beautiful sermon on Sunday, and I've had it stuck in my head all week. He was talking about gratitude a lot, but he also brought up, like, he was talking about how a lot of churches in the church that he grew up in, they care more about the clothes on the bodies of people than they do about the hearts in the bodies of people. And it really triggered me a lot because those of you that don't know, I was raised in a Baptist Christian church. And I don't want to talk about the church that I grew up in necessarily, but my experience from that church, I feel like that's what ultimately led me to, like, perfectionism. You know, like striving to be perfect because I felt like I had to. My experience was come as you are, but. Come as you are, but be pure when you walk in those doors. Come as you are, but don't wear things that are revealing. Come as you are, but know how to act. Come as you are, but be perfect. Come as you are, but be sinless. Come as you are, but. And it made me feel judged a lot because I was far from perfect, baby. I was a child trying to navigate life. Of course, I was the farthest thing from perfect. And I just always felt judged. I always felt unloved. I always felt unworthy of God's love for not being perfect. And it honestly has triggered me all week, not in like a negative, unhealthy way, but more of in a looking back and evaluating that experience in real time, in a real way. I feel like in my adult life, there are certain thought processes that I know came from that. You know, feeling like I'm unworthy or undeserving or unqualified because I'm not perfect. And that's not true, because God is not looking for perfection. God is looking for your yes. God is looking for your commitment. God is looking for you to be willing to go, to be willing to stay obedient, not to be perfect. I think it honestly took me a minute to wrap my mind around that. Just in everyday life, even like not feeling worthy to be loved, not feeling worthy to be seen or praised or celebrated ever, because I'm not perfect. And so I sit there and I look at all my flaws and I'm like, if I did this right, then maybe I would be deserving of love. Or if I was more pure, if I was more put together, if I was more pretty, if I was more perfect, then I would be deserving of good things. Maybe then I would have a good life. Maybe then I would be accepted. And that is a toxic thought process that I really had to take a long time to grow out of. Talking about the whole church thing, I I think that lately, through my adult life, I've really had to go back and reevaluate my experience of church, or of my childhood in general, of my upbringing in general, because I think that for a lot of us, we feel so lost and so overwhelmed and so confused by where we are right now and where we're going in the future, because we have no idea really of where we've even been before. Like, so many of us, including myself in this, we have yet to stop and write our story. Like, have you ever written it down to read it back? And like, we have never read our stories. We only have read the parts that we remember in our mind. But what about all the parts that we forget about? Or what about all the parts that maybe we overlooked during the journey? Because there's a lot of things that I learned in that church that I was able to use to form me into the individual that I am today. And if I did not sit down and reread that whole chapter of my life, or evaluate that whole chapter of my life, I was only going to be able to take the negative things away from that, all the negative experiences, because that's the vital parts that my mind could remember. Oof. So I'm using church as like an example because it's a good example, but I really am speaking on every aspect of my life, of course. There's Nika. Hi, Nika. I'm really speaking on every aspect of my life, because so many of my experiences I haven't actually written down or reread or reevaluated or even looked back on ever. And so I really only remember what I remember. And a lot of what I remember is just a negativity. And when I sit down and reevaluate those experiences, there's a lot of good that I can pick out of all of them. And when I can pick out good out of every experience, then I can have a heart of gratitude. And gratitude changes things. If you did not watch that sermon on Sunday, you have to go back and watch the sermon, because gratitude changes things, baby. I'm trying to tell you, that sermon was good. That sermon was good. It's Rock City TV on YouTube. It's Pastor PMJ, Pastor Mike McClure Jr. But anyway, my best friend is here, so I'm gonna go work out. Oh, I'm excited. I just love her so much. Anyway, let's go work out. All right. That was so good. That felt so good. I did some jump roping. I did some legs. I did a massage. Nika was there. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be a really good month. I just feel it. Okay? This weekend, I'm like nervous and excited for this weekend at the same time, because it's my best friend's birthday, one of my best friend's birthdays. And so I'm going out of town for the weekend, and I'm taking my guy with me. And for me, that's a big deal, y'all. Can we talk about it? I don't even know who be watching this, but let's talk about it. That's a really big deal for me, because I haven't brought a man around in a long time. We've had like little card nights or whatever, just once. But I haven't brought a man around like my friends like that since my last relationship, which was a long time ago. It's a long time ago. And this is the same guy I've been rocking with for a little minute, but we haven't gone out like that yet, you know, like we've been behind closed doors really getting to know each other. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I think I'm so nervous because I'm just unsure of what version of myself I'm going to be able to show up as in that moment. Like when the new version of myself steps into environments that the old version of myself used to be in, what version of myself am I going to be able to show up as? I think about it a lot as far as my insecurities, because I've healed so much and I've done so much self-work in the past year that I'm nervous to get into these environments where there's liquor involved, you know, there's alcohol involved, there's, you know, I'm more of in the club, bar type of scene. Will I be able to show up as the secure, confident individual that I am now? Or in those moments, will I show up as the old version of myself, the unhealed version of me, the insecure version of me? I've always had a problem with feeling confident when I look in that mirror at home. But the second that you put me in an environment where other females are around, I'm subconsciously comparing myself to everybody around me. And so then I feel insecure and I just ruined the whole night. Like, that's how my life has been. I compare myself to other women. Oof. And I really learned to heal from that and work on that. And so I guess I'm just nervous to bring my healed self and my healed, more healthy situation into an old environment, how will I be able to show up? When I say nervous, I don't mean nervous in like a bad, unhealthy way. Like, I'm not anxious about it necessarily. I think nervous as far as, whoa, this is a new opportunity, you know, to show up as the person God is calling me to be, to show up in the room as a light, to show up in the room as somebody that I can be proud of, as somebody worthy. He almost got. Yo, why did he just run through the street like that? There's so many bittersweet emotions, so many bittersweet feelings that come with healing. And I think that this, for me, is just one of them in this season. That fear of, will I be able to show up as that healed version of myself in a different situation, in a different environment? Like, it's another opportunity to show up as who God's calling me to be. Show up in an old environment as the new me. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. But I'm speaking positive vibes. I'm manifesting an amazing weekend where my anxiety does not take over. My insecurities do not take over. I'm confident. I'm classy. I'm having fun. It's exciting. I'm with amazing people. I'm excited about the group that we're going with. I'm very excited to spend the whole weekend with my guy. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And I think that's what we have to do. We have to be able to change our perspective. You know, take that nervousness with you. Do it nervous. Do it scared. Do it anxious. Do whatever you got to do. Just do it. Nike was really on to something when they said that, because that's been my motto for like the past year and a half. Like, just do it. I know you feel some type of way. I know you feel nervous. I know you feel scared. I know you feel anxious. Okay, we get it. You're scared, but do it any daggone way, because God is with you anyway. So I feel like I'm just praying that I remember that. I'm praying that I remember that God is there, that God is with me, that God will never leave my side, and that even though I'm nervous, I have all the tools necessary. I have everything that I need. I'm prepared for all of this, and I'm ready. I'm excited and I'm ready. It's a new month. We're going into a new year soon. There's going to be so many new opportunities, so many new experiences, so many new feelings, so many new relationships. There's just so much new coming about, and it's exciting. I'm excited. But happy Friday. I feel like I haven't vlogged in so long, so I'm glad that I was able to do that. I missed it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here, and I will talk to you Monday. Bye, friends.